Individual structures, great places to catch bass. What's one thing to remember when you're fishing these individual structures that'll allow you to catch more fish? Good morning, guys and girls. Good morning. October 3, beautiful fall weather. All the days, well, by the way, we're reading from a Catch a Better Life book. Y'all are familiar with that by now, on the Catch a Better Life channel with Jimmy Houston. Be sure and subscribe to that channel if you're not subscribed to it. Reading from Genesis, the first book in the Bible, and this is a really interesting story to me. I've delved into this story a lot. Genesis 5:27 says, all the days of Methuselah. That's right, Methuselah. We've all heard of Methuselah. Whether you're a Bible-believing Christian, whether you're a Christian, whether you're an atheist, you've heard of Methuselah. All the days of Methuselah were 969 years. 969 years. And he died. 969 years. And he died. You know, if somebody lives to be 100 years old nowadays, we really celebrate it. We don't live to be 1,000 now because of the sins of mankind, the sins that were created that brought sickness and health into the world. And so we don't live to be 969 years. But all the days of Methuselah, 969 years. Here's what I wrote about that. After 54 years of national tournament fishing, we decided not to fish the 2020 season. We picked a good year not to fish, and I might go back. I honestly may go back and fish some tournaments, particularly if they would let us go back and fish maybe a BASS tournament or two throughout the year and not fish the entire tour. Or they would let us fish a Major League Fishing tournament or two throughout the year and not have to fish the whole year. Just go in and participate and play, maybe once or twice a year. I know Roland Martin would do the same thing. I believe that Hank Parker and Bill Dance might do it also. Denny Brower probably would. Jay Ellis, I understand, just retired. Jay would probably go back and fish one or two tournaments a year. Honestly, I miss the people more than I do the competition. I love competition, but listen, I can compete every single day. I can have competition all by myself. Many thought I'd die in the front of a bass boat. That's right, and I still might, but it probably won't be in a fishing tournament when I do that. Do you know that the man most famous for being the oldest man, how he died? Do you know how he died? Huh? I don't really know either for sure, but I believe that after 969 years of living, he died in the flood. That's right, the great flood. Noah, you remember Noah, when God destroyed mankind? I ciphered it out. I ciphered it out many years ago. I just got to wondering about that. I ciphered it out. Just sometimes it just popped into my mind. Maybe the Holy Spirit told me one time. You know how Noah died? No, I don't know how Noah died. I don't know that he died in the flood. The Bible does not specifically tell us that. But we can cipher it out, and we know that that is the year that the flood happened. Now, Noah might have died before that flood happened by something else. Could have died of old age, huh? But I believe that he died in the flood. This flood left only 8 humans alive. 8. The rest being destroyed by God. An almighty loving God that loves you and me more than anything in the world destroyed all but 8 people on earth because of their wickedness, because of their vile, because of their sins. As long as Methuselah lived, 969 years, it's a drop in the minute bucket to eternity. Just a drop in the bucket to eternity. That's what God has promised you and me. God promised you and me eternity with Jesus in heaven. I don't know if Methuselah will be there when I get there, but if he is, I'm going to ask him, did you drown? Did you drown after all those years? I don't know. If he was alive when the flood happened, he was not one of the 8 that was saved. Here's our tip for today when targeting individual structures, individual logs, stumps, boat docks, whatever, individual structures. Only fish a foot or two around that target, around that structure. In other words, you don't need to fish all over the area. You fish that individual target, you move on to the next individual target, move on to the next, to the next. And if you can isolate your pattern down, to where you know you're only catching them on the ends of the logs, Don't fish the whole log, just fish the ends. If you can isolate your pattern down to where you catch them only on, say, the back corner of a boat dock, don't fish the whole boat dock, fish only the back corner. However you may isolate it down, you are trying to find a pattern within a pattern in order to be successful. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, I sure do love you.